Let me just say, after View distorting the belt, they're proclaiming the real world champion. I'm going to tell you all, with a tear in my eye, this is the greatest moment in my life. When you walk around this world and you tell everybody you're number one, the only way you get to stay number one is to be number one.
Woo! Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Captain Lou Extravaganza live here on the Captain Lou Sports Network, powered up by the Belly Up Sports Network of podcasts. Sit back and enjoy as we bring you the latest and greatest in the world of sports, everything from the Detroit Lions to the state of Michigan sports to around the country and around the world. So what are you waiting for? Let's get out there and let's watch the latest edition of the Captain Lou Extravaganza. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Captain Lou Extravaganza. We are live here thanks to the Belly Up Sports platform of podcasts. It's been a while since we've been on here with the Captain Lou Extravaganza, but we are back and better than ever. Tonight, it's Tuesday, October the 4th, 2022. How's everybody doing tonight? Yours truly, Captain Lou, here as we are ready to rock and roll with our first edition this year of the Captain Lou Six-Pack Challenge. So real quick, what we're going to do tonight with the Captain Lou Six-Pack Challenge, I'm going to pick 3 games against the spread, college, and 3 games pro against the spread. Your job, that's right, your job, is to beat me on those picks. If you think you can, all you need to do is send them via email or via tweet or whatever. Let's show you right well how you can do it. Leave me your picks on Twitter at The Real Captain Lou or on the Captain Lou Extravaganza Facebook page, which you can follow. I invite you to follow that as well. Or email me at sweetlou1965@yahoo.com. It's that simple. I'm telling you, it really is. There's no purchase necessary, if you will. Just a lot of fun. We like to have some banter back and forth. It's been very popular over the years. A little bit of a delay this year bringing it to you, but we're going to have it each and every week. And what's at stake? Well, it's that simple. You enter for your chance to win a $100 Visa gift card and a $100 Fanatics gift card. We will be giving those away at the end of the football season, right after the national championship game in college football, the day after, that Tuesday after the national championship game. Who's going to be in that? Who knows, man? It could be Alabama again. My Michigan Wolverines, could they possibly do it? I know I see some prognosticators out there saying it could be 2 from the SEC and 2 from the Big Ten. Well, as a Big Ten guy, I'd love to see it. Don't know if that's really going to happen, but, you know, why not? So anyways, that's when we make the drawing. So each week you can enter. If you beat me on my picks on these 6 games against the spread, the spread was made today, Tuesday, so you have to use this spread. You can't send me your picks on Friday and say, well, you know, for example, later on, my first game is going to be Kansas and TCU. The line may go down. You have to use the line that we're talking about tonight on all these games, college and pro. It's that simple. So I invite you to take a listen, take a look and see what you think. You know, who knows? You know, it is a lot of fun and you might win at the end of the year. Who wouldn't want a chance at a Visa gift card after Christmas or of some sort? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe a Fanatics gift card. You can buy that Detroit Lions playoff shirt, right? I don't know what year it's going to be, but hey, you know, we can always wish, right? We can always dream. Well, you know, what can I say? Well, let's get to it now with the Captain Lou Six-Pack Challenge for your chance to enter and win a $100 Visa gift card. One more time, let's show you how you do that. Leave me your picks of these games on Twitter at The Real Captain Lou. You can follow me there. Or on my Facebook page, the Captain Lou Extravaganza Facebook page. Or email me at sweetlou1965@yahoo.com. It's that simple. I'm telling you, it really, truly is. So anyways, let's get started with that, with our six-pack challenge. And we teased it a little bit. First game that we're going to talk about here tonight, number 17, Texas Christian, that's TCU, and number 19, Kansas. Well, I got to tell you, who isn't enamored with that run of the blue blood, the basketball blue blood? Rock Talk Jayhawk. That's the Kansas Jayhawks. 5-0. Raise, all right, all of you raise the hand if you could think you could tell me that you honestly could tell me that you thought Kansas would be 5-0. Well, they're taking on a TCU team that is ranked 17th in the country. They're undefeated as well. Man, did they come off an impressive win last week against Oklahoma. My question on that one is, are they going to be, what is the mindset of TCU? Are they going to be coming in maybe with a little bit of a letdown against this Kansas team? And Kansas, man, they're playing on house money. I look at the pick center. 70% of the country right now is picking Kansas to win this one with the spread. And I look at the last 5 games against the spread. Obviously, Kansas has won them all, but they've been 21-point underdogs, 14-point underdogs. They're actually a 7-point favorite against Duke. Last week, they were an underdog against Iowa State, won that one 14-11. It's a feel-good story, and I love feel-good stories. I'm going to bet this one with my heart instead of my head. I think Texas Christian, or TCU, if you will, could come in to Lawrence, Kansas and win this game, but I think it's going to be a close game. Kansas is getting 7 points at home. I'm taking the Rock Talk Jayhawk on this one. I'm going with Kansas, and I'm going to say Kansas plus 7. It's going to be a one-possession game, so my pick's going to be safe. I'm going to say Kansas wins this one. They're plus 225 outright money line. I'm putting some money down on that too. That my DraftKings account is going to see Kansas Jayhawks plus 225. $20, man. Why not? You get over double your money back if they win. They are not bad odds, I don't think. So that's what I'm going to do for pick number 1 in the college game. That's going to be Kansas plus 7. I'm going with that. So if you think that TCU is going to go minus 7, that's your pick there. If you think you can beat me with that pick. Now, next up on my agenda on the college game, Utah, number 11, at number 18, UCLA. UCLA is playing great. They're at home. Big deal. They're a 4.5-point favorite on this one. At home, or an underdog rather, a home dog against Utah. Well, the first reason I can think of as them being a home dog is because nobody shows up at the games, right? UCLA, it's kind of funny. The nation's about halfway on this one, 50-50, Utah and UCLA. Man, Utah, they come in 4-0 in the conference, 4-1 overall, or 1-0 in the conference rather, 4-1 overall. UCLA 3-2. I don't know. I just like Utah on this one. Yeah, what I try to do on the Captain Lou 6-Pack Challenge, I like to get teams that are ranked, some close games. So I looked at what, some of the big games in college football. Really wasn't a lot of them. I know some of you are saying LSU and Tennessee. LSU, I don't know. I went with the big games that are on national TV as well, because our next game is going to be Alabama and Texas A&M that I'm picking. Just something about this Utah team. People are kind of giving up on them. They're forgetting about them a little bit. I'm not forgetting about them. I still think they got a chance of winning the Pac-12, and maybe they're going to play USC probably in the championship game, but they are at UCLA. It's a 3:30 kick Eastern time, so it's a 12:30 kick out west. Looking at the odds in the last 4 games, Utah is they're 3-0 in their last 3 against the spread. UCLA, of course, they are 4-1 in their last 5. UCLA 5-0, Utah 4-1. I still like Utah on the road. Given the 4.5, it's almost like a 7.5-point spread, man, with UCLA getting points at home. I'm going with Utah. So I'm going to pick Utah. That might be a stretch, but I'm going to go with Utah on this one, lay in the 4.5. So there you go. So far, my picks: Kansas plus 7, Utah minus 4.5 on the road against UCLA. Finally, in the college game, I'm going with Texas A&M versus number 1 Alabama. The current line is 24. for Texas A&M on the road at Tuscaloosa against Alabama. Now, I'm a big Arkansas fan. They're my favorite SEC team. I thought they had a shot going into that game, especially after Bryce Young got hurt. But what did Alabama do? They raced out to a 28-0 lead. Arkansas made a run courtesy of a muffed punt, a muffed snap on the punt. They cut it to 5, I believe it was 28-23 at one point. Then Alabama woke up. Then they outscored them again. I think what was the final score in that one? 49-26. Alabama, here's the interesting thing right here that I like. Alabama is 5 out of their last 6 against the spread in regular season games. Regular season games. The spreads are 49.5 and 48.5, 42, and they've covered them all at home. 24-point spread at home against a Texas A&M team. Jimbo Fisher's in some trouble down there. I don't know what Texas A&M team is going to show up. They were very, very lucky to beat Arkansas in that game at the Jerry Dome. 23-21 Arkansas, what'd they do? Missed some kicks, missed some field goals. It's Texas A&M. To me, they're one of the more overrated teams in the country, or they were to start the year. Now they're not rated in the top 25. I'm giving the points. I think Alabama's going to crush Texas A&M. I'm going to give the 24. So it's going to be Alabama. I think they're going to roll in this one quite easily. I think it's going to be 35-10, maybe 49-21, something along that line. So yeah, I am going to I'm going to roll. I'm going to take Alabama. You see, I'm even going to give that extra half a point there on the bottom. So if you think Texas A&M can cover 24.5, all the power to you. So there you go. So again, you're watching the Captain Lou Extravaganza live here on the Captain Lou Sports Network on YouTube. I invite you to subscribe to that channel as well. And also, we're powered by the Belly Up Sports Podcast, or network of podcasts. Want to thank Mike and Blaine and everybody else, all the boys and the gals at Belly Up Sports for giving me this platform and this opportunity to be a part of the network. So again, thank you so much to everybody involved there. So again, how it works with the Captain Lou 6-pack challenge is all you have to do really is if you think you can beat me on these picks, all you got to do is send them to me via Twitter. Follow me at The Real Captain Lou, or follow me on the Captain Lou Extravaganza Facebook page, or email me at sweetlou1965@yahoo.com. So it's that simple with the picks. All right, we got our 3 college picks in here tonight. Let's now go to the professional football side of the ledger, shall we? First game that we're going to pick this week for college football, or for pro football rather, Tennessee at Washington. The Commanders, I don't know. They're at home and they're getting 2.5 points. Tennessee's coming off a big win. They're starting to roll in. They're starting to come into form a little bit now. Shaky start for Tennessee, but now they've got the running game going. The defense is really looking strong. I think that defense is going to have their way with Washington, even on the road. The Commanders lost a tough one against Dallas in Dallas. Cooper Rush is on a roll for the Cowboys. Can he keep it up? Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But Carson Wentz, I'm still not sold on him. That's a team. They're doing about what I thought they would do. But I like Tennessee in this one. I'm going to lay the 2.5. Derrick Henry, I like what he's doing. Ryan Tannehill, he's all right. They're hanging in there, but I think they're going to have enough to beat Washington. And I think, they're going to take over that division, the AFC South. Jacksonville, they got to learn how to win. The turnover bug is killing them. Indianapolis, I don't know what the hell is going on there. And Houston is Houston. This division is ripe for Tennessee to take. This is a must win for them. This is a game that they should win on the road. So that's why I'm taking the Titans minus 2.5. I know it's a must game for Washington as well if they want to have any hope in winning that division, or, somehow getting into playoff contention. I know it's early, it's October, but I'm going to go with Tennessee laying the 2.5. So there's again, you can follow my picks at the bottom of the screen right there so far. My 3 college picks and my first pro pick, Tennessee minus 2.5 over Washington. Next game that we want to talk about, we mentioned it. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the LA Rams. Now, full disclosure, I made this pick last night. Now, before the Rams game against San Francisco, but I'm going to stick with it. The Rams are going to lay 4.5 at home against Dallas. That line hasn't changed, even though they got drubbed in San Francisco. Dallas's defense doesn't scare me. Nothing about Dallas scares me. I know they've been winning with Cooper Rush. He's undefeated as a starter for the Cowboys, or undefeated in his first, 5 starts? And I should be going for Dallas because Cooper Rush is in my backyard. I broadcasted his high school football games play-by-play for Lansing Catholic Central here in the Michigan area. He's a CMU grad, just like me, but they're going into LA country. I'm betting with my head, not my heart. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I just see the Rams. They're going to be pissed. They got embarrassed last night on Monday Night Football. Can Cooper Rush win another? It sounds like he's going to get the start this Sunday against LA because I don't think Dak Prescott is ready. I think they're going to try to rest him up with a bye, if I'm not mistaken, next week. And Matt Stafford, after a loss, at least with Detroit, has usually come back and played pretty decently. He didn't have much of a game yesterday. I mean, he was under duress, pick 6, the whole bit. I think he got sacked 6 times. But this isn't San Francisco's defense, and they're at home. I think LA is going to rebound on this one. I'm even going to take the over on this one. I'm going to go with the Rams minus 4.5 on this one. I'm going to take them over the Cowboys. And finally, in my last pro pick, we're going to go to Monday Night Football. The Las Vegas Raiders against the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City played Sunday Night Football again against Tampa Bay. Wow, did they look impressive, man. You talk about a combination that has got it going on right now. That's Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Boy, they lit up Tampa Bay. And they got another home game Monday night against Las Vegas. The Raiders finally won a game. Jacobs looked good. The running game looks solid. But I don't know if their defense is going to be able to hang with Kansas City. Although this could be a shootout, which for me, my fantasy football team, because I got Jacobs, I got Mahomes, I got Travis Kelce on my team, Juju Smith-Schuster, who I might bench because he's been an underachiever. But I like Kansas City in this one. I just think that they're going to put some points up. I think they're going to pull away late in this one. Another one where I think the over may come into play on this. I like Kansas City. I think they're going to win 38-28 or 41-31 in this one. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. I think Vegas is going to score some points on this Kansas City defense. I think they're capable, just like Tampa Bay did last week. I think Derek Carr is playing as well, if not better, than Tom Brady, but I don't think that they're going to be able to hang with Kansas City towards the end. Kansas City's on a roll, plain and simple. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire is starting to play better. They're getting more people, McKinnon involved. They're in sync right now, and I don't think the Raiders are going to have enough to get them off sync, if you will, for lack of a better word. So check that out. I'm going to go with Kansas City, and I'm going to lay the 7. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, right down there there's all my picks for the initial Captain Lou 6-pack challenge. How this works, you have to pick these games. It's that simple. If you think you can pick these games better than me, I invite you to be a part of the Captain Lou 6-pack challenge. What is at stake, you may ask, right there at the end of the year? We're going to win. We're going to give away a $100 Visa gift card and a $100 Fanatics gift card. It is that simple. This is the 4th year that we've done this promotion here with the Captain Lou Extravaganza, and I've had a lot of success with it. A lot of people have turned out. You can play every week. I've had people that have beaten me 7 or 8 times. There's weeks I've never gone 0-6. I've gone 1-5 quite a few times, but I've also gotten 5-1. I've been 6-0 a few times. Not that many, but I have been 6-0, I think 3 times in the last 4 years. I try to get the tougher games. It's going to be a little more difficult towards the end of the year. Some of the games in college, you're going to get blowout situations. And I don't know. I like I said, I try to do a Big Ten game, but really, I looked at it this weekend. There really isn't an intriguing Big Ten matchup that I want to look at. I don't know. Maybe next week, Michigan State, Wisconsin. I think Michigan and Penn State do battle next week. So that might be a game that we look at, 2 ranked teams, because I think both Michigan and Penn State are going to roll. So, again, just give me your picks. Send them to me. Again, here's how you do it. At the bottom of the screen, you can see it. Leave me your picks on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at The Real Captain Lou, or follow the Captain Lou Extravaganza Facebook page. Leave me your picks there, or email me at sweetlou1965@yahoo.com. It really is that simple. And we have a lot of fun with this. The games will get interesting. We get some banner back and forth. We'll get some emails. I know it's a little bit late starting it up this year. We had some things going on here with me, and I took a little vacation last week out west. You can see some of my pictures of that great trip out to Spokane, Washington. Got a chance to go to Montana to Glacier National Park. Man, it's breathtaking. Not to steer you away from the Captain Lou 6-Pack Challenge, but if you're ever out there, you get an opportunity, I invite you to do that. So anyways, that's kind of our 6-Pack Challenge right there. Thought we would do the show just on that tonight. We're going to have a shortened version. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another Captain Lou Extravaganza, a full-blown one. It'll be an hour and a half long. Next week, we're going to do a half hour with the Captain Lou Extravaganza. Then we're going to have another program with our latest edition of the ACHA Power Play here on Belly Up Sports. We're going to have some coaches lined up, hopefully some broadcasters and or players. So I invite you to check that out. Always, I invite you to check out my YouTube channel, the Captain Lou Sports Network, as well. That's where this show originates, with the help of the fine folks at Belly Up Sports. It's been an absolute thrill to be, I'm blessed to be a part of that network as well. The guys and gals working there have been very, very helpful and very, very patient with me. And I appreciate that. Still a work in progress, even after all these years. It's that simple. So again, I appreciate everybody for sticking around with me on that. So again, I'm going to put the picks for the Captain Lou 6-Pack Challenge on the bottom of the screen. We got a few minutes left. I got to do a little venting on my Lions. How can you, it's amazing with all that hype with Hard Knocks and all this hype with Aaron Glenn as the supposed defensive guru. He was sought after by, I don't know how many teams in head coaching vacancies. And I was thinking at the beginning of the year when he was going through all that, I'm thinking, please, please, please don't go. We need you. Where in God's green earth has he been? Where has his defense been? That's what I want to know. How can you not force the Seattle Seahawks to punt? Geno Smith is not that good. He's decent, but he's not that good. I just don't get it. I'm flummoxed by it. How many of you thought that Jared Goff would be a top 5 quarterback this year? We thought that the Lions might be special. Man, they're doing it without some of their starters. That Jamal Williams pickup is turning out to be huge. And yes, he's on my fantasy team. Thank you. What a great day you had for me. They got a 1-2 punch with him, and DeAndre Swift. And, some of their main guns, again, were hurt. Wide receivers, Shark, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and they still put up 45 points. How can you not beat Seattle by scoring 45 points? I just don't get it. What is it going to take for my Lions to win a close game? I think, what is that? 11 one-score games that Dan Campbell has lost. You tell me a more snake-bitten franchise than the Detroit Lions. And I don't want to hear from the New York Jets. I know, Ryan, I love you to death, but your Jets are nowhere near as snake-bit as my Detroit Lions. No way. So, yeah, it's tough. Man, I had such high hopes. They're not dead in the water yet, but I look at their schedule. They got to play. They're at New England this Sunday. It's never an easy task for the Lions on the road. New England's coming off a tough win. I don't even know who their quarterback's going to be, but it's not going to matter. The way our defense is playing, the Lions will turn them into, another version of Joe Montana. Who is the quarterback? Oh my gosh, his name escapes me. Speaking of Seattle, the backup for Aaron Rodgers that went and signed with them with Seattle after that 6-touchdown game against Detroit. And then Russell Wilson beat him out in the beginning of the next year. He never did get to play for Seattle, but he signed, a $25 million contract, which was huge back then. I mean, Detroit does that to quarterbacks. That's what scares the hell out of me. Zappy could probably throw for 300 yards against this Detroit defense. Never seen anything like it. It all goes back to the Seahawks did not have a forced punt. What the hell is that? Yeah, I'm dying here, man. Come on, Detroit. Get off the schneid. Will I be watching Sunday? Of course I'll turn it on. Yeah, I'd be a hypocrite and say I wouldn't. Will I watch the whole thing? Probably not. I didn't last week. Probably a little bit because I had jet lag from flying back from Washington. But wow. What the hell? And this kicker, he got cut today, and I can't remember who Detroit picked up. It's a name that has kicked in the NFL before. But this guy missed 2 extra points and kicked it out of bounds. I'm at a loss, man. I'm at a loss. Just don't get it. Wow. Well, it is what it is. Being a Lions fan, what can you expect? So just a couple other things in the world of sports before we wrap it up. We got a couple minutes left. We'll go through the Captain Lou 6-pack challenge. Aaron Judge, as far as I know, did not get his 60-second home run. They got a game tonight at 8 o'clock, second half of a double dip, day-night double dip. See if he gets that. Kind of hope he does. I mean, to me, Roger Maris is the home run king. It's not Barry Bonds. It's not, no, I'm sorry. It's not. No. Roger Maris and Aaron Judge are the home run kings, regular season wise. And if Aaron Judge hits it tonight or tomorrow, he is the true home run king. He did not use steroids. Mark McGwire, no. Sammy Sosa, hell no. Barry Bonds, no. I'm sorry. They tainted it. They are not the kings. They are not the home run kings. Right now it's Henry Aaron and Roger Maris / Aaron Judge. That's all there is to it. All right. Well, hey, that's going to do it. But before we do, let's run through the Captain Lou 6-pack challenge one more time here for you tonight. How this works. I've got my 3 games pro, 3 games college. It's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. My games are right down there. We'll go through them real quick. I've got Kansas against Texas or TCU. I'm taking Kansas at +7. I'm actually going to bet that one money line. I think that one's pretty good. Also, I'm going to take Utah laying the 4.5 on the road against UCLA. I'm going to take Bama laying the 24.5 versus Texas A&M. I'm going to take Tennessee on the road laying 2.5 over Washington. I'm going to take the Rams at home laying 4.5 against Dallas. And finally, I'm going to take Kansas City laying 7 over Vegas. As you can see on the bottom, my picks are in bold. So those are the games. Those are the teams. I know you've got the abbreviations with TCU and UCLA, but figure it out. That's why I printed Kansas and Utah out in bold. I'm taking both of them. So again, here's how you do it with the Captain Lou Extravaganza. Leave me your picks on Twitter at The Real Captain Lou. Follow me there, or on my Facebook page, The Captain Lou Extravaganza, or email me at sweetlou1965@yahoo.com. It's that simple. You do that, and you beat me with those picks, you'll be entered to win a $100 Visa gift card and a $100 Fanatics gift card that we will draw the day after the national championship game in January, the college football playoff national championship game in 2023. It's usually right about the 12th. Well, I don't know what that day is in January, the second Monday, whatever it is. But the Tuesday after is when we will make that drawing. Maybe it'll be you. Maybe you'll be the winner of the 2022 Captain Lou 6-pack challenge. Well, that's going to do it tonight. Thanks for joining us here on the Captain Lou Extravaganza here on the Captain Lou Sports Network, and also powered up by Belly Up Sports. Want to thank the folks there for letting me be a part of their family. It's been an absolute blast. Again, join me next week for another edition of the ACHA Power Play and also an abbreviated Captain Lou 6-Pack Challenge. Well, that's going to do it tonight. Just a reminder, keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, and as always, keep your minds open. Good night, everybody. Thanks again for joining me here on the Captain Lou 6-Pack Challenge. So long.